Have you ever met someone who seemed to operate on a different wavelength? Someone whose presence was both calming and unsettling at the same time? Someone who didn't fit into the usual social categories, yet commanded a unique kind of respect without even trying? Someone whose silence felt louder than words, and whose gaze seemed to see straight through the masks people wear. If so, you might have just encountered a real Sigma male, and the experience likely left you feeling strangely exposed, intrigued, and maybe even a little disturbed. Welcome to Sigma Male Community, where we dive into the mindset and lifestyle of the modern Sigma male. Men who embody independence, self-mastery, and stoic strength. Today we're tearing into the 11 disturbing signs that you've just met a real Sigma male. These aren't quirks or gimmicks. They're raw indicators of a powerful, self-reliant mind that can inspire you to rise or leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about strength. Buckle up, because this journey into the Sigma psyche is about to get real. 1. The unsettling stillness. Picture this. You walk into a room buzzing with noise, people talking over each other, vying for attention, their energy chaotic and loud. Then you see him, one man sitting still, his posture relaxed yet alert, his eyes scanning the scene with quiet intensity. He's not fidgeting, not performing, not scrambling to be noticed. His presence is a deep, resonant calm that seems to suck the chaos out of the air, replacing it with an unnerving stability that makes you feel watched, even when he's not looking your way. This isn't shyness or withdrawal, it's a silent declaration of control, a man so at ease with himself that he doesn't need to prove a thing. Most people can't handle silence, they fill it with chatter or movement, desperate to feel relevant. But the Sigma male thrives in it, his lack of frantic energy radiating a power that disturbs those addicted to social noise. It's as if his stillness is a spotlight, exposing their restlessness for what it is, a lack of inner peace. His every subtle move, adjusting his posture, tilting his head, feels deliberate, like he's conserving energy for something bigger than the petty games around him. This is a mind untethered from the need for approval, operating on its own frequency, and it's both magnetic and intimidating. This calm isn't just physical, it's the mark of a man who's mastered his inner world. In a society that equates loudness with strength, his quiet presence challenges everything. It's a reminder that real power doesn't need to shout, it's felt in the weight of silence, in the refusal to be shaken by external chaos. To be near him is to feel the pull of something deeper, something that forces you to question why you're still running when he's already arrived. If you've ever been captivated yet unsettled by someone's stillness, you've met this sign head-on. It's not about being aloof, it's about embodying a strength so rooted that it doesn't need to prove itself. The Sigma male's calm isn't passive, it's a force, and it dares you to find that same anchor within yourself. 2. The bone-deep authenticity that feels like exposure. In a world of fake smiles and polished personas, the Sigma male stands out like a raw, unfiltered truth. There's no mask, no mirroring of your behavior to make you comfortable, no forced charm to win you over. What you get is pure, unapologetic presence, flaws, sharp edges, and all. This isn't some rehearsed realness for likes or clout. It's the total absence of social camouflage, a man who lives so true to himself that he doesn't bend for anyone. That authenticity hits like a punch because it forces you to see your own act. When he offers a rare, slow smile or a calm opinion that cuts against the grain, it's like a spotlight piercing through the dim haze of curated identities. People around him feel exposed, their layers of pretense peeling back under the weight of his honesty. It's not that he's trying to strip you bare, he's just being, and that alone is enough to make you question the masks you wear to fit in. This isn't about judgment, it's about freedom. The Sigma male doesn't play the game because he doesn't need to, his worth isn't tied to your applause. He's not rejecting you, he's inviting you to step into something real, to meet him where pretense dies and truth begins. But for those who've built their lives on borrowed scripts, that invitation feels like a threat, a disturbance that rattles the fragile scaffolding of their social charade. If you've ever felt both inspired and naked in someone's presence, you've brushed up against this sign. It's a man who lives whole, not fragmented by the need to please. His authenticity doesn't just disturb, it awakens, showing you what's possible when you stop performing and start living. 3. The surgical precision listening. When a Sigma male listens, it's not casual, it's surgical. He doesn't just hear your words, he cuts through them, dissecting your tone, your hesitations, the flickers in your expression that betray what you're hiding. His focus narrows the world to you, catching every contradiction, every unspoken emotion with a precision that feels almost invasive. This isn't polite nodding or waiting for his turn to talk. It's an active, penetrating act of understanding that leaves you feeling mapped out, like he's charted the terrain of your mind. That intensity is flattering but terrifying. Most people skim conversations, distracted or half-present, but his silence after you speak isn't blank. It's alive with processing, heavy with the weight of everything he's just absorbed. It's like he's holding a mirror to your soul, reflecting back truths you didn't mean to reveal. For those used to shallow exchanges, this depth creates a pressure that's hard to bear, a sense that every word you say is being weighed and measured. He's not doing it to unsettle you, it's how he seeks truth, cutting past the noise to find what matters. This is a man who listens with purpose, not to flatter or appease but to comprehend. It's a rare gift, born from a mind that values clarity over comfort, and it forces you to either step up or shrink back. In his presence, small talk dies and you're left with the raw reality of being truly heard, whether you're ready for it or not. If you've ever felt understood yet exposed in a single moment, you've faced this sign. It's not about intimidation, it's about a man so in tune with reality that he hears what others miss. The Sigma male's listening is a blade, sharp and precise, and it cuts both ways. For the graceful exit that feels like judgment. When a Sigma male senses rejection, disinterest, or a dead end, he doesn't cling, he cuts loose. There's no begging, no guilt trips, no dramatic storming off, just a calm, understood, and he's gone mentally or physically with a smoothness that chills the air. This isn't retreat, it's a deliberate, frictionless severance, a decision made with such clarity it feels like he's been ready to walk away all along. The speed and ease of it leave no room for negotiation, no crack for you to wedge your way back in. That exit stings because it feels like judgment, a silent verdict that you're no longer worth his time. But it's not personal, it's practical. He values his energy too much to waste it on what doesn't serve him, and his departure isn't punishment, it's preservation. For those used to people fighting to stay, his ability to let go without a ripple is disturbing, a stark contrast to the emotional chaos they expect. It's like being dropped from a height you didn't know you were standing on. This is self-mastery in action, a man who knows his worth and refuses to compromise it. He doesn't need your validation to feel complete, and that independence makes his exit feel absolute, a door closing with no echo of regret. It forces you to face your own attachment, your own need to be needed, and that's where the real disturbance lies, not in his leaving but in what it reveals about you. If you've ever felt the ground shift after someone walked away without looking back, you've seen this sign. It's not coldness, it's strength, a quiet resolve that says he's whole with or without you. The Sigma male doesn't linger, he moves forward always. 5. Boundary respect that feels like rejection. The Sigma male doesn't push or prod, he reads your limits like a radar and honors them with precision. A slight shift in your tone, a flicker of discomfort, and he adjusts or pulls back, no questions asked. This isn't weakness or indifference. It's a mastery of awareness that feels almost supernatural, as if he's tapped into your unspoken code. He respects your space so effortlessly that it's disarming, leaving no room for the usual tug-of-war most people play with boundaries. That respect can twist into something else though, it feels like rejection because it defies the chase. Where others might test your walls or fight to break through, he steps back and that withdrawal can sting like dismissal. But it's not about you, it's about him valuing mutual autonomy over conquest. He doesn't need to prove himself by crossing lines. He's secure enough to let them stand, and that security is what throws people off. For those used to boundaries being ignored or negotiated, this feels foreign, even accusatory. It's a mirror reflecting back your own signals, forcing you to question why his retreat bothers you. Is it because you wanted him to push? Because you're used to defining yourself through resistance? His respect isn't judgment, it's a gift, a rare acknowledgement of your sovereignty that demands you rise to meet it. If you've ever felt both honored and oddly abandoned by someone's restraint, you've met this sign. It's a man who lives by his own rules but never imposes them, a strength that respects your freedom even when it unsettles you. The Sigma male doesn't chase, he aligns, and that's power. 6. Emotional self-sufficiency that feels like coldness. The Sigma male carries a wholeness that's almost palpable. No cracks, no pleas for validation, no hunger for your approval. He engages with the world from a place of curiosity, not need, his energy steady and self-contained. There's no leaning in for comfort, no subtle bids for you to fill a void, just a man who's complete on his own terms. To those who thrive on mutual dependency, this feels like a wall, a coldness that shuts them out. But it's not cold, it's strength, a terrifying kind of independence that defies the human itch to be needed. His presence says, I'm here because I choose to be, not because I have to, and that shifts the dynamic entirely. Relationships with him aren't transactional. They're voluntary, a privilege earned through authenticity, not obligation. For a world wired to trade emotions like currency, this self-sufficiency is a disruption, a quiet rebellion against the norm. He's not rejecting connection, he's redefining it. By standing alone without loneliness, he challenges you to do the same, to find your own footing instead of leaning on someone else's. It's unsettling because it strips away the safety net of codependency, leaving you face to face with your own emotional gaps. But it's also liberating, a glimpse of what's possible when you stop seeking and start being. If you've ever felt both drawn to and distanced by someone's unshakable core, you've seen this sign. It's not aloofness, it's a man who's mastered himself, a living testament to the power of inner resilience. The Sigma male doesn't need you, and that's exactly why he's magnetic. 7. Conversational depth charges over small talk. Forget the weather or your weekend plans. The Sigma male doesn't waste breath on fluff. Within minutes, he's asking questions that hit like depth charges, probing your beliefs, your fears, the passions you've buried under polite chatter. This isn't clumsiness or social misstep. It's a calculated strike against superficiality, a demand for substance over noise. He's not here to skim the surface. He's diving in and he expects you to keep up. That shift is jarring, even intrusive. Most conversations float along on autopilot, but his words force you into the deep end, exposing either your core or your emptiness. It's not about making you squirm, it's about finding what's real, cutting through the small talk to reach something worth saying. For those who hide behind pleasantries, this feels like an ambush, a spotlight on their reluctance to go deeper. He's not playing games, he's seeking truth, a man who'd rather wrestle with hard questions than coast on easy answers. This intensity mirrors a mind that values clarity and meaning over comfort, turning every exchange into a chance to grow or reveal. It's a challenge, match his depth or step aside, and that pressure can leave you reeling, unsure if you've risen or fallen short. If you've ever been hooked yet overwhelmed by someone's refusal to stay shallow, you felt this sign. It's not arrogance, it's purpose, a relentless drive to connect on a level that matters. The Sigma male doesn't talk to fill silence. He speaks to ignite something real. 8. The Unreadable Gaze. His eyes lock onto yours, not aggressive, not warm, just steady and piercing, like he's peeling back your layers without permission. There's no flicker of distraction, no softening to ease you in, just a calm, unblinking focus that feels more like analysis than connection. It's not a stare down, it's a quiet assessment, a mind collecting data behind a gaze you can't decipher. To meet it is to feel exposed, as if he's seeing past your words to the truth underneath. That unreadability is what gets under your skin. Most people signal their thoughts through their eyes, interest, judgment, charm, but his are a blank slate, projecting nothing but pure awareness. It's disturbing because it's neutral, a void where you'd expect emotion, leaving you grasping for clues about what he's thinking. That absence of feedback turns his gaze into a mirror, reflecting your own uncertainty back at you. He's not trying to intimidate, he's observing, filtering the world through a lens of rational clarity. This is a man who sees more than he says, who weighs reality without tipping his hand. It's a power that doesn't need to flex, a quiet strength that makes prolonged eye contact feel like a test you're not sure you're passing. For those used to easy cues, it's a disturbance that lingers. If you've ever felt pinned yet unjudged by someone's steady look, you've encountered this sign. It's not about dominance, it's about perception, a window into a mind that's always 3 steps ahead. The Sigma male's gaze doesn't give, it takes, and it leaves you wondering what he saw. 9. Effortless command through inaction. He doesn't stride in barking orders or flexing for attention, he just is, and the room shifts around him. His movements are minimal, his posture loose yet grounded, his gestures sparse but deliberate, and yet somehow he pulls focus without trying. Loud voices soften, nervous energy settles, and people turn to him, not because he demands it, but because his calm feels like gravity. This isn't dominance, it's calibration, a presence that rewrites the atmosphere. That influence through inaction is what throws people off. Where others scramble to lead with noise or bravado, his power flows from stillness, making their efforts look desperate and small. It's disturbing because it's effortless. He's not chasing status. Status finds him, drawn to the quiet certainty he exudes. The contrast exposes the fragility of loud posturing, leaving the room quieter, sharper, more real. This isn't about control, it's about being so centered that the world bends to meet you. He doesn't need to prove his strength because it's woven into his existence, a force that shapes without forcing. For those who equate leadership with volume, his silent command feels like a paradox, a challenge to rethink what power really means. It's not loud, but it's undeniable. If you've ever felt a shift when someone entered without saying a word, you've seen this sign. It's not showmanship, it's substance, a man whose presence alone is enough. The Sigma male doesn't dominate, he defines, and that's a strength you feel in your bones. 10. Intentionality that feels calculated. Every word he speaks, every pause he takes, every move he makes, it's loaded with purpose. There's no rambling, no nervous filler, just a deliberate stream of thought that hits its mark every time. When he engages, it's with a focus so sharp it feels like he's already mapped out the conversation, choosing each step with precision. This isn't random, it's intentional, a mind that filters out the meaningless to zero in on what matters. That focus can feel calculated, even cold, because it's so rare. Most people stumble through life on autopilot, but he's awake, always choosing, always weighing. It's not manipulation, he's not playing you, he's pursuing clarity, driven by a curiosity that cuts through the clutter. Interactions with him feel significant, almost heavy because nothing's wasted, and that weight demands you bring your best or get left behind. He's not here to coast, he's here to live with meaning, every moment a chance to refine or connect. That relentless intentionality is a wake-up call, a reminder that you could be more present, more deliberate if you dared. For those drifting through, it's a disturbance that stings, exposing how little they've chosen their own path. But it's also a spark, a push to step up. If you've ever felt both energized and on edge by someone's precision, underscore you've met this sign. It's not rigidity, it's resolve, a man who owns every second he's got. The Sigma male doesn't stumble. He strides and he dares you to do the same. 11. The absence of the mating display. There's no swagger, no pickup lines, no flashy charm, he doesn't play the game. If he's interested, you won't see the usual signals. Instead, you'll get piercing focus, questions that dig into your soul, a presence that demands you drop the script. This isn't flirting as you know it, it's connection stripped bare, so subtle it's easy to miss if you're waiting for the dance. That absence of performance is what throws you off, leaving you unsure how to respond. It's disturbing because it breaks the rules. Society runs on rituals, peacocking, banter, predictable moves, but he opts out, forcing you to meet him on raw, authentic ground. You can't lean on tired tactics. He's immune, uninterested in anything less than real. For those who've mastered the social playbook, this feels like a void, a rejection of the tools they've honed, and it leaves them scrambling. He's not avoiding connection, he's redefining it, seeking depth over display. This is a man who values truth over conquest, who'd rather know you than impress you. That shift exposes your reliance on the game, challenging you to step out of the shallow end and into something real. It's unsettling, but it's also a rare chance to be seen for who you are, not what you perform. If you've ever been intrigued yet lost by someone's lack of moves, you've felt this sign. It's not disinterest, it's integrity, a refusal to play small. The Sigma male doesn't chase, he invites, and that's a power that rewrites the rules. If these signs hit you like a freight train, whether you see them in yourself or you felt their weight in someone else, you're exactly where you belong. Here at Sigma Male Community, we're not just listing traits. We're decoding the mindset that sets Sigma males apart, a blueprint for living with strength, purpose, and unshakable resolve. These disturbing signs aren't weaknesses. They're your edge, proof you're wired to rise above the noise and forge your own path. Take this knowledge and run with it. Reflect on where you stand, apply what resonates, and own the power that's already in you. This isn't about fitting in, it's about standing out, unapologetically. You're part of something bigger now, a brotherhood of men who reject the script and chase excellence on their terms. If this video lit a fire in you, smash that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts, and share it with the lone wolves in your life who need to hear this. If you're already subscribed, turn on those notifications. Don't miss a single drop of the wisdom we're building here. And if you're new, hit subscribe and join the Sigma Male community, where we fuel your growth, sharpen your mind, and guide you to the life you were meant to live. Stay relentless, stay real, and we'll see you in the next one.